to talk about something different. The universal truths that you kind of come across with learning the art skill in general, but it's actually universal where I've actually experienced this a couple times now where just a bit backstory. Before I started learning art, I'm still heavily into like competitive video games and League of Legends specifically. It's kind of where I first experienced this universal truth of cause and effect and causality, where you are essentially causing things to happen and everything is kind of in your own control. And the difference between art and like playing League of Legends, art is specifically you. Since League of Legends is like a team-based game, you really don't see a lot of the effects of your own actions. And sometimes you can kind of get carried through a video game, even if you are not playing that well or your actions weren't good enough to actually win that game, but you can still possibly win the game. With art, it's kind of different. Since it's just you and the blank canvas, or it's you and whatever art piece that you're working on, every single action that you take, every single mark that you make, that's all on you. And you're really seeing real time of the creation process. You're seeing real time of cause and effect specifically happen. And whenever you place a mark, even the slightest dot, even if it's just a point, it's a cause. You just cause something to happen. When you're trying to create like a drawing or something, you're basically stringing a bunch of actions together, stringing a bunch of causes to have the effect of some type of desired piece or some type of desired piece of artwork or whatever. And whether it's good or it's bad, it's all subjective. But if you want it to be on the subjective end of good, then you'd have to use those systems, the art fundamentals and stuff, and try to string your actions in a way that aligns with the art fundamentals or the structure or the rules of the particular art fundamental to be able to make something that looks good. I feel like that's where a lot of people struggle a lot at, is actually understanding that this is all cause and effect. And going back to the art, and when I first started about 3 years, it's going on 4 years now, I kind of knew this intuitively just coming from League of Legends, because when I came from League of Legends, I kind of knew the mindset of what it takes to play good. And it's all about what thoughts were the pro players having that I wasn't having, and how can I change myself into having those similar thoughts while I'm playing the game. And it's the same thing. So when I first began studying art, it was about, okay, what are people who are better than me actually thinking about while they're drawing? Because I used to tell myself a lot, oh, I couldn't draw, I couldn't do this, I can't draw a straight line. You know, all of the cheesy phrases that people say that they can't draw. But once I kind of switched my mind differently into thinking, instead of me telling myself I can't draw, how about I tell myself, or start asking more questions around, what does it take to actually draw this? Or what does it take to actually draw good? What does it take to draw better in a way? And to talk about like my background in computer science, it's about seeing truth, for example. Basically everything in computer science is all about true and false, ones and zeros, on, off. What true instructions can I give a computer to make it run in this particular way? And how can I string a bunch of lines of codes together to make it do that same thing? Art is basically the same thing. It's how can I string these marks together in a true enough way to get the outcome that I particularly desire? But back to the whole thing of seeing truth happen, or seeing true cause and effect happen right before your eyes during art. It's, especially while drawing, it's like right in your face. Like, you know, when you put down a bad mark right when you do it. It's not, with most things, when it comes to cause and effect, you really don't see the effect of a lot of your causes in that given moment if you're not paying attention. If you're paying attention, you can definitely see cause and effect happen in real time. But drawing specifically, you really get in tuned of it's the present moment of cause and effect, where things are happening at this moment after I cause something to happen. If I place this mark, did this mark do the thing that I wanted to do, or what did it do? Sometimes the mark might, if you're messing with watercolor, sometimes things might be outside of your control, but you're still playing off of that uncertainty with things that you caused, because you still caused yourself to make that mark, if that makes sense. I know it's a bit abstract in a way where I'm not really speaking about something concretely, but it's still something delicate to look at, where I'm the one who's causing this thing to be appearing, or this illusion to appear on this page, or this illusion of 3D form to appear on a canvas, or I'm causing these colors to interact in this way because I placed them right next to each other, or I'm causing this value, I'm causing this object to be placed further or closer to me based off of darkening this line, for example. It's like you really see things are happening in real time, and the more you can see it happening when you're not really aware of it, cause and effect can actually play against you in a way. And it's mainly when you're focused on the macro, or you focus on too much on the big picture of trying to get a desired outcome, and you're not seeing the causes of that particular desired outcome. And what I mean by that is you're thinking about, okay, I want to make some type of masterpiece, right? And this masterpiece is, I just want a masterpiece. And that's all you're thinking about while you're in the process of drawing. So you make a mark and it's not living up to that masterpiece, but you're kind of brushing off that cause. You caused that bad mark. So now that's where you have to kind of hone into, why did I make this mark? What was the intention of this mark? And what was the purpose behind this mark? And did it really align with that macro? So when it comes to the macro, you always have to think about the micro as well, where you have the big picture and then you have the micro where it's your actual individual actions. And that's the more important part when it comes to the drawing thing is, does the micro align with the big picture? Does the small marks that I make align with this big idea that I have in my mind? And then this is the beauty of it, because once you understand that the cause and effect is happening real time and you're causing it to happen, you can think about the effect and then work backwards. This is where basically intention comes in, where I'm like, I want to string these marks together to give it the effect of looking like it's having movement, right? So if I have that effect already in mind, now it's all about thinking about the causes, which marks are going to cause that effect to happen. So it's all cause and effect. It's all a play of cause and effect. And drawing and art and all of that and creation is just so beautiful in a way to be able to see cause and effect happen real time. Because a lot of times you really don't see the effect of things that you've caused. And that's the greatest illusion that I believe humanity has, where they don't see that it's those small individual actions that accumulates over time, and then some time passes, and then they're in a situation where you really don't like it. Or this is related back to art. I see my end goal. I see the thing that I just drew, and I don't like it, right? And all you're really seeing is the effect of all of those individual decisions that you made throughout the entire drawing process. But if you fix the decision making, you get the micro up, the macro is going to look a lot better. And that's the illusion of it all. Like, it's so beautiful to see. But yeah, that was basically my rant on this topic, man. It's cause and effect, yo. You just got to be aware of that shit for real. But if you like what I had to say, yo, hit that subscribe button if you like what I had to say and all that good stuff. Comment down below your thoughts or opinions about the topic. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm going to start trying to do videos where I'm just doing voiceovers of me sketching type thing. Because I draw a lot, but I'm not posting more content. So when I have ideas like this, I got y'all. Feel me?